Welcome back to part 2 of 5 of our massage series. Today we're going to be talking about massaging the back. The reason I decided to do the order that we did, the first one obviously was for the face, neck, and shoulders, and that was to hook your client. The second part today is the back massage, and we usually end with that part because clients remember how you end the massage, and that's what gets them to come back. If you're enjoying this series, please hit that subscribe button, and we'll be on our way. We're going to start with 3 nice, long effleurage strokes down the back. I like to start with some circle friction right inside the scapula. We're going to do some effleurage strokes just down the one side now. I like to do it 3 times. This side I was just working on, I moved to that side now. We're going to start working the rhomboids, the muscles between the shoulder blade and the spine. You can use your fingers like I'm doing here. You can also use your forearm, your elbow, or the side of your hand. Once you feel that is nice and loose, you can start doing compressions down the side. Again, you can use your fist, you can use a stack thumb, or you could use your elbow. I then like to use my arm and glide up the side, using my elbow to get in between the shoulder blade and spine. And like everything else I do, I like to do that 3 times. I'll then reverse the direction and I'll start going down towards the top of the hips. I'll put some pressure with my elbow right along the hip line there. I like to start working the attachment sites right along the top of the hip bone there, using my thumbs. We'll move back to the top. I'll use my thumb to trace around the edge of the scapula there. I'm going to hang the client's arm off the table to move the scapula out of the way. Dig in a little bit more underneath that scapula. I'm I like to then drag my thumb across the latissimus dorsi. To finish up on the side, I like to put my thumb in between the rib cage and loosen up the intercostals. And then some long effleurage strokes. We're going to re-warm up the muscles on the other side now. Again, some circle friction right between the scapula and spine. Then a few nice long effleurage strokes down the other side. Then we'll start working the inside of the scapula there. Again, you can use your fingers, you can use your elbow, you can use your knuckles. I'm going to go back to compressions here. Again, I'm using my knuckles. Nothing wrong with using your thumbs or your elbow. If you want to save those thumbs, I would recommend using your fist or your elbow. We're going to do those nice long effleurage strokes with the arm. This helps elongate the erector spinae. Then we'll go to the top and work our way back down. Make sure you're putting pressure at the very bottom right along the base of those hips. Again, I like 3 times, I don't know why. It works for me though. When you're working those attachment sites along the hip, don't be afraid to dig in there. Those muscles give people a lot of problems with lower back pain and hip pain. We're going to start working in that shoulder blade area again. Really dig into those rhomboids. We move the arm to the side off the table again to move that scapula over. That way we can dig a little bit deeper in there. I'm going to throw this picture-in-picture up here so that you can kind of see a little bit better what I'm doing on this side. Again, I'm dragging my thumb up the side of the latissimus dorsi, right underneath the armpit there. And then I'm going in between each rib, loosen up the intercostals. Some nice long effleurage strokes again down the back. I like to finish each segment off with some effleurage strokes. You'll see that throughout this whole video. Now I'm going to transition down to the base of the spine. So I want to get a little deeper along those erectors. When you're doing the base of the spine and the top of the hips there, don't be afraid to use pressure. Again, go with your fist. You can use your thumb to do some circular friction. If you want to use the side of your arm, your ulnar edge, you can do that as well. It's really dependent upon how much pressure your client can take, what kind of massage you're doing, and what's going to make it easiest on you. Stay down there as long as you need to. Some clients, their lower back pain is where their problem area is, so obviously you want to focus more there. Other people, they don't have any lower back pain, so you don't really need to spend any time there. We're going to start doing the same thing on the other side. Use our knuckles, side of our hand, do some circle friction. Start close to the spine, work your way out. Start lighter to warm up the muscle and then work your way deeper. It's important when you're doing these routines to understand where your client's problems are. Again, spending more time in the lower back for people that have back problems, people that are working at desks, you want to spend more time on the shoulders and the neck. Again, we're going to go to the 3 nice long effleurage strokes down the back to transition. After those 3 strokes, we're going to walk our hands down the back. Give some compressions to the hips. Walk our way back up the back. And then we're going to do those effleurage strokes out towards the side instead of down. We're then going to elongate the erectors by doing nice slow effleurage strokes. Make them deep. Pull on both sides of that muscle. I have found that the clients really appreciate this move. You can do this as many times as you need to. I like to count them out so they're even because you're going to do it on both sides. I think for the video I did it 11 times, but usually I do it close to 30. And then I finish by doing 3 strokes, nice deep effleurage up the back. We're going to move on to the other side, do the same thing. Try to keep it consistent, the pace, the depth, and how many times you go up and down that back. Finish up this side with 3 deep, long effleurage strokes up the back again. Once we're done on either side, we go back to our 3 effleurage strokes down the back. We're going to dig one more time around the scapula area there. We're going to use our thumbs. You can also use your fist, your elbows again. Most of the time I prefer to save my thumbs, so I'll use my fist. I'm just trying to give you a variety of things that you can use to work with. Try to make sure it's even on both sides again. You don't want one side of the body to feel jealous of the other. Move to the other side, doing the same thing. Working the rhomboids one more time inside that shoulder blade. Finish it up with some Effleurage Strokes. Say goodbye to those muscles. Because this is the end of the massage, I recommend having a routine that you finish with. I like to do some cross-body stretching. I'll count to 20 on each side. Again, you don't want one side to feel more left out than the other. After I cover them up, I'll put both my hands on them with some pressure and just slowly release. That concludes our video today. I hope that you enjoyed what you saw. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button below. If you have any questions regarding this massage, please leave it in the comments below. Also, any content that you'd like to see later. I appreciate you watching this video, and we'll see you next time.